Hi traders, this is Chris from Elite Currency with a new video on the euro dollar and pound dollar. Alright, let's start with the euro dollar. This is a 4-hour chart, and I think that the purple lines indicate the range zone. So anytime price stays below or in between these lines, I should say, that this is a range. So I think that if we get a move up, for instance, like this, there will be a bounce at this level to make a head and shoulders level that we talked about already over the weekend. Or if it moves down, alright, I think it could bounce at the previous bottom to make a higher low and then bounce back up again like this. All right, so I think that the purple lines will stay or indicate a range for a while. Price will, of course, eventually break above or below these zones, and then there could be a new kind of trend or momentum that could take place. If it breaks above this resistance zone at 117.30, all right, then it's kind of invalidating the wave analysis I have in mind. For the moment, I think that if we look at the daily chart, if price does move up either right away or after a dip like this, I think that price will use this level for a bounce back down again. That is what I think is the most likely path of least resistance. Because if you look at the wave patterns, I do think that this is, for the moment, a W, we get an X, and we get a Y. So that's why, from this perspective, I expect a couple of bounces within this range zone. All right? And all of that would finish a bigger X. Here's the blue W, blue X, and up it goes for a blue Y. That's what I'm expecting from a wave perspective for the moment. All right. Very important though, if it does break above this long-term moving average and this zone, we could have a breakout to the upside. And if it breaks, of course, below this support zone, we could have a breakout to the downside. It would also be breaking below this support trend line. And then in that case, of course, that changes things. We would not get the range as I expect now. I think actually the price is going to make a range or continue with this range, maybe better said. But if it, of course, pushes through these levels, yes, we could have then in that case a breakout and a trend up or down for more trending environment. All right. Let's take a look at 1-hour chart quickly. If it does move down, I think that this could be ABC pattern. So I would put a fib from here to here like this. And I think the price can go down to the minus 61.8 target around 115. As you can see, that could be that bouncing spot that I already talked about. So if it does move down like this, if it breaks below the 21 EMA, the target is very close at 115. That could be a bouncing spot for 5 waves up all the way to 117. That could be an interesting bouncing spot. So from my perspective, looking at bullish candlestick patterns on a 4-hour chart or 1-hour chart around this zone at 114.50, 115 could be interesting. On the other hand, if price breaks above these fractals, these green diamond fractals that are already indicating an uptrend on this time frame at least, this would also be the second break above the 21 EMA on the 1-hour chart. So if it breaks above that, then there could be an immediate bullish breakout too. In that case, I would get rid of this fib, all right, and would put back this fib on the table like that, and would be probably going up to the minus 61.8 target at around 117.20. In this case, we would see probably a break like this. We would maybe see a flag at the minus 272 target, for instance, and then a continuation up to that 117.20, something like that. So this breakout, if there are good candlestick confirming it on the 4-hour and 1-hour chart, could be interesting. Or if you get a flag and continuation, could also be interesting. Those are potential smaller trades. There's really not a lot of space there, but on lower time frames, it could still be interesting to trade up to that 117.20. But from my perspective, the bigger setup could be then from this target back down to 115. All right, same thing for here, from this support back up to resistance. There is obviously a bit more space than trading it halfway in the middle of that zone. All right, that's about it for the euro. Pound dollar, same thing. It is also going sideways, and it would need to break above this resistance at the R1 weekly pivot point for a breakout above 132.50 or below 129.40, 129.20, and below the weekly R2 for a bearish downtrend. Otherwise, any ups or downs are vulnerable for reversals. If it moves up, I would be in fact looking for a fade, and we're looking for a reversal back down again, for instance, right? We are looking at strong resistance, in my view, 132.50, quarter level, the weekly R1, the trend line, these previous tops. So if on the 1 hour chart we do get a breakout, there's a little bit of a triangle here. So if it does break up, I think that that can complete an ABC zigzag, for instance, and I would look for bearish candlestick patterns, 1 hour, 4 hour chart for a turn back down again. For a bullish breakout, I would monitor the daily chart. I would need to see, let me show you quickly, I would need to see a good daily candle close above that resistance zone like this, and then I would expect upside continuation to about 135 probably. I would put a fib from here to here in that case, like this. Yeah, around 134.75 indeed. That would be the main target. If we get a bullish daily candle breakout like that, then retracement and continuation towards that target, which again would be a bouncing spot. All right, that's a bullish breakout. Back to the 4 hour chart. More likely though is up, bounce here with the bearish candlestick pattern and then a continuation lower. If, however, the triangle breaks to the downside here, all right, where you can see the moving averages are smack on top of each other. You have the 21 EMA zone on the 144, the HMA 20 in the 21 EMA zone, so it's very corrective at this point. But if it does break to the downside, then I would look for a 4 hour candle to break below it, like this. The candlestick has to close near the low to indicate that the breakout is not a false break, which is a little bit of a risk when prices in a triangle like this, such a nasty triangle in the sense that the moving averages are on top of each other like that. So the breakout is a little bit more difficult. But if you get a good breakout candle, then yes, I would consider that a interesting formation like this. Wait for maybe a flag on a lower time frame, like the 30-minute chart, maybe 15, perhaps even the hourly, and wait for a continuation breakout. And I think that the main target could be, for the moment, around this zone. There is a little bit of a target as well around 130.25-ish, and that could be a small bouncing spot. Main target 129.40 probably, 50, and then we'll have to see how price responds to that support zone. If it breaks, then there could be a lot more momentum on the pound dollar. If that breaks, there could be a huge zone to the downside. Let me show you. All right, in that case, you can see price fall to the 4th, maybe the 5th was level, and if it starts to really trend, even down to the 6th was level. So there could be a lot of space, potentially in that case, to the downside. All right, so from this perspective, we are looking at a break to the downside, which could give a good few pips there to 130.25, 129.50, but really below 129.50 is where we can expect the most downtrend. All right, traders, we have a special offer with XM Broker. If you sign up via ECS, check it out. You got a 3-month live and a free CAMACD model included when you have a 500 euro account, I believe it is. Check out the link below for all the details, but definitely check it out during this month. The offer is valid for the next 2 weeks, so hope to see you join us soon. Wish you all good trading and talk to you soon. Cheers.